Sting at Super Brawl. You're going head to head. I don't care if it takes all night long. You're gonna fight until we find out who the real heavyweight champion of the world is.
State welcomes Nitro for the very first time, and we are sold out in Fort Wayne. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to 3 solid hours of WCW wrestling action. This is Monday Nitro from Fort Wayne and the Allen County Memorial Coliseum. Tony Schiavone, the Brain Bobby Heenan, and the one and only living legend, Larry Zbyszko. And boy, oh boy, do we have a lot going on tonight. Some of the greatest wrestling action in the world, combined with some startling footage of what went down at Sold Out just 2 days ago, combined with a major announcement. And hi once again, everyone. And Brain, we saw at the top of the program the announcement from Rowdy Roddy Piper. Hollywood Hogan and Sting will battle to decide once and for all who the world champion is. It'll be on February 22nd. It will be at Super Brawl 8.
Well, you know, Bischoff and Hollywood Hogan came to Sold Out thinking that Rowdy Roddy Piper and J.J. Dillon were just going to hand him the world championship on a gold and silver platter. You're going to have to earn it, Hogan, and you're going to have to earn it the hard way in that ring.
And you know, as much as we were excited and thrilled about that big announcement, we were sickened as to what happened between the Giant and Kevin Nash. Fans, the Giant has been injured. We have not been able to talk to the Giant, talk to his doctors, to find out the severity of his injury. But we're going to show you later on the footage of what happened at the hands of Kevin Nash. And I can tell you this, when you see it, you will be sickened at your stomach about what happened.
Most vicious move I've ever seen.
We're going to talk more about that and show you the footage. Congratulations, the living legend Larry Zbyszko, and your win against Scott Hall, although I'm sure it's not the way you wanted to win that match 2 days ago.
Any victory is sweet, but it was tainted. Having Scott Hall's neck in my arms while he was screaming uncle was one thing, but Dusty Rhodes, who became a cancerous cell in the body of tradition, is something I can't even talk about.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard him right, and we will talk about it during the course of this program. And if you see the encore presentation, you'll know exactly what we're discussing. Let's go to the ring. Let's get things started this week on WCW Monday Nitro. Look at this crowd, if you will, ready for the great action. We're going to start out with 2 fine cruiserweights. El Dandy from Mexico to face the Ultimo Dragon one-on-one. And I talked about, you can see for yourself what all went down. That Sold Out. The encore presentation will be coming your way tomorrow night and on Thursday as well. You can make the appropriate phone call and join us if you want to see it one more time or if you just missed it. But fans, a little bit later on, we're going to take you back to the footage, show you what happened, show you what went down. It was really, words cannot describe the feeling that we felt when we saw the Giant hit that mat.
Actually, you better give them a warning when we show this footage. It is not a pretty sight. It will make you sick to your stomach, the way that the Giant went down.
Well, the Ultimo Dragon, the former cruiserweight champ, begins things against El Dandy, and Randy Anderson is the referee. And make no mistake about it, Brain, as we went off the air at Sold Out in Dayton, Ohio, in front of that sellout crowd a couple of days ago, there was no question that the NWO remains in disarray.
Oh, no question about it. You notice now, Scott Hall went to the ring with a chair. I don't know if he was going to use it on Savage or what. Hogan got in the middle of them. There's a lot of trouble in the NWO.
A lot of trouble within the NWO and a lot of great action here tonight live on WCW Monday Nitro. And as we said, we are on the air, ladies and gentlemen, beginning tonight for 3 hours each and every week. What do we have here? Well, we look into the arena.
That's Raven's Flock.
Member of Raven's Flock, weren't they told to stay away from ringside? Haven't they been warned about that? They apparently are here somewhere.
What'd you give him, a demerit? Kick him out.
Well, if they buy a ticket, there's not much you can do.
Well, now we have been handed to know here that they have actually paid for these seats.
There you go.
So they have gone into the pockets, and that's why they are ringside. All right, El Dandy sending the Ultimo Dragon in. Here's that balancing maneuver of his, and then really gets the opponent off balance himself.
Well, you don't know which way to look, up or down, and before you know it, the Dragon nailed you with combinations. Right there, 2 front kicks, back kick right to the sternum, and follows him right in. Doesn't give the man time to recuperate. Dragon, great physical condition, but he missed one.
Handspring did not connect, and El Dandy slaps him down with a hard right cross in the face. El Dandy, scoop slam, down he goes. We have seen El Dandy in many tag team matches, 6-man tags, 8-man tags. In singles competition, not much, but looking good here. Springing off the middle turnbuckle to a back elbow, and almost got the 3 count. Into the ropes goes Ultimo Dragon, lands on his feet. Trying to kick. And nailed him right in the head with that Enziguri kick that time.
El Dandy grabbed him, but that was a mistake. Ultimate Dragon never stops moving. Tremendous movement. See right here, even though caught him, kept his balance, moved the man around, climbed out, nailed him again, tried to keep him off balance till he gets up on top, and this is dangerous for both men. Dragon looking around.
Would be a big win for the Ultimo Dragon against El Dandy. We said earlier as he came to the ring that he is one of the top cruiserweights from Mexico. And great timing that time by the Ultimo Dragon as El Dandy came off with an attempt at a double axe handle up on the, oh boy, a Asai moonsault that time to the middle rope, and the Dragon Sleeper put on.
That's it.
That is it, you're right.
Ring the bell.
Randy Anderson calls the bell. They don't get out of the Dragon Sleeper.
Well, that was dandy. Not for El Dandy, but for the Ultimo Dragon, it was dandy.
Event tonight, we're going to be taking you live to Mean Gene Okerlund. He is in Chattanooga, Tennessee, with our first Nitro Party Grand Prize winner, along with the Nitro Girls. As a matter of fact, we come back, we're going to be going live to Mean Gene Okerlund, and we're going to be having some of the greatest wrestling acts in the world when we continue live on Monday Nitro.
As if he's still alive.
Was I disgusted by what Nash, Big the Giant, had sold out? Absolutely. Was I surprised? Not at all. Every time the NWO steps in the ring, they stoop to an all-time low. Let this be a warning to everyone in WCW. They're playing for keeps, and so are we.
Welcome back, fans, to WCW Monday Nitro. We are live in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Very proud to be bringing you 3 solid hours tonight of WCW action. And tonight, our feature bout is going to feature the total package Lex Luger going up against Scott Hall one-on-one. And we talked a lot about the disarray that has gripped the New World Order. We saw it sold out. What can we expect tonight?
Well, NWO is having a lot of internal problems. What kind of problems are they going to have at the end of the evening if Luger gets Scott Hall in that torture rack?
If Luger gets Scott Hall in the torture rack, in WCW, you heard from Lex Luger a few moments ago, getting tighter, banding together more than ever now, Larry.
Yeah, WCW is getting stronger as the dissension spreads within the New World Order. And my advice to Mr. Lex Luger is don't give up. Scott Hall is beatable. Put him in that rack, Lex, and don't you ever let him down.
Okay, right before the break, we talked about our very first grand prize winner of a Nitro party featuring Mean Gene Okerlund, and the Nitro Girls was all the way in Chattanooga, Tennessee at UT Chattanooga. Let's take you live to Mean Gene Okerlund right now in Chattanooga.
Man, oh man alive, we are live, yes, here on TNT, WCW Monday Nitro. We're at the University of Tennessee, Chattanooga. I'm Gene Okerlund with our grand prize winners, our very first grand prize winners of a Nitro party, the members of Lambda Chi Alpha, and we got a full house here tonight, rocking and rolling. And what would a party be, a Nitro party, without the Nitro Girls? Is this unbelievable? The Nitro Girls are shaking their thing. Hey, let's go inside. We've got full screen television here as everybody looking. Can you believe it? Oh, we've arrived. Wait a minute. Hold on, where's the camera? Just a second, come here. You must be the house mother. You must be the house mother. No chance. Let's go back in here. Come on. Gang, follow me. Officer, what are you doing here?
Security, sir.
Oh, are we going to have a party here tonight? Yeah, come on in. Whoa, listen to this. Bobby Heenan, Tony Schiavone, Larry Zbyszko, you've got to be envious. These and the Nitro girls here at Chattanooga tonight at a Nitro party. We'll tell you more about that a little bit later on because you may be our next Nitro party winner. And what a grand sight it is tonight. We're going to be playing games here tonight, having a good time. We have got action. Are you having fun?
Oh, yeah!
I can't blame you. We all are. Tony Schiavone, I'm going to take it back to you. I hope you guys are having a fun time back there in Fort Wayne. Is it cold?
Yes, it is cold, Gene. We may never see Gene Okerlund again.
And you know, by the time that party's over, he may have a full head of hair.
Wow. The fever that is Nitro. That is all over the United States, as you can see in Chattanooga with our grand prize Nitro party winner.
Boy, they have fun at those sorority houses, don't they?
Fraternity house.
Yeah, I don't think they'll be studying much tonight for the finals.
Brad Armstrong comes out in the next bout here on WCW Monday Nitro. We'll be going back to Mean Gene periodically during the course of the program.
Check out the shirt, the Armstrong curse. Something Brad's been trying to break for years. And if he can break it against Goldberg, he's done a heck of a number.
Well, as Armstrong makes his way in, you talked about Goldberg. What a force. What an intense individual. What a man. And what an ovation.
I don't know if man's the right word. This guy looks more like a machine to me.
He's a monster. With a capital M. And everyone's really getting behind this guy. They like his style. No nonsense. I'm going to go out there and just tear some limbs off.
When men were men and women didn't vote.
Well, the fact that Goldberg has won the matches, certainly fans would seem to gravitate to cheer for this man, but look how he's been winning the matches. It's been decisive, each and every one. I mean, right now he almost goes down to one knee against Brad Armstrong. That's really the closest anyone's gotten to it.
Well, Armstrong threw that shirt in his face, tried to jump the gun. He knows he needs every chance possible against Goldberg. Didn't have any effect whatsoever.
And Goldberg will waste no time with you. Look at the power of this man.
Muscles up, Brad Armstrong. Look how long he holds him up. Turns it into a slam.
Look at him. Look at the eyes on that man. He's not here in Fort Wayne. He's someplace else.
Brad Armstrong wants to get out of Fort Wayne on his hands and knees.
Crawl home.
Just to get away from Goldberg. And Goldberg just stalking his opponent. Focus, determination. So many adjectives used to describe Bill Goldberg. Goldberg coming in and look at Brad Armstrong. Great veteran, giving it his all, pounding away. Goldberg.
That was a smart move. Brad tried to cut him off coming through the ropes when Goldberg didn't have the balance, but still has no effect on Goldberg.
Nothing at all. Hoist up, Brad Armstrong. And throws him down with ease.
How would you like this man to come looking for you?
No, thank you. And I know a lot of wrestlers in WCW would say the same thing. Into the corner, Goldberg had a steam, put the brakes on, showing his great anticipation and quickness as well. And Goldberg spears him down.
Plastered him.
This don't look good for Armstrong.
Goldberg up. The jacket. He wins again.
Silver says at 8:20.
Goldberg didn't even need the Armstrong curse for this one.
We have never seen a man quite like this. Bill Goldberg once again runs through the competition in WCW. Let's hear some comments from Diamond Dallas Page.
When I was watching the pay-per-view sold out, and I saw what Nash did to the Giant, gave me goose pimples, sent a chill up my spine because, like the G-Man always says, you can't fool gravity. The way you dropped him on the back of his head, Nash, that wasn't right, man. 475-pound comes up and then comes down on his head. It wasn't right.
This portion of WCW Monday Nitro is brought to you by Valvoline, the #1 choice of America's top mechanics. People who know use Valvoline.
And welcome back, everyone, to Nitro. This past Saturday at Sold Out, we finally saw the matchup of the two biggest athletes in professional wrestling, the Giant versus Kevin Nash. And now we have exclusive footage from this past Saturday at Sold Out. Let's go to the footage. This was one of the scariest moments ever in professional wrestling. Kevin Nash and the jackknife powerbomb, the impact of 500 pounds of the Giant as he came crashing down onto the back of his head and to the neck. A very scary situation this past Saturday at Sold Out as we see the various angles on the replay. Kevin Nash victorious over the Giant at Sold Out. And here it is again. In slow motion, we see Nash lifting the Giant up into the air. And 500 plus pounds of impact of the Giant. He's helpless at this point, crashing down on the back of his neck. And joining me at this time, the chairman of the WCW Executive Committee, J.J. Dillon. And J.J., I understand you have a statement to make.
You know, Mike, one of my closest friends for many, many years is none other than the enforcer, Arn Anderson. And as we all know, Arn Anderson had neck surgery this past year, and when the operation was over, the doctors, in effect, told him that his career was over. And that might have been an opportune time for WCW and wrestling in general to look at our practices and look at our rules. But it seems that it always takes a single tragic incident to really focus on a particular situation. And anyone that was in Dayton or that watched Sold Out on pay-per-view knows exactly what I'm talking about. And the Giant is a prime example that with each passing year and with each generation, athletes in general, with all sports, they're bigger, they're faster, they're stronger, they're more powerful. And other sports have attempted to make adjustments in their rules to try and compensate for the bigger, more powerful athlete of the 90s. With hockey, everybody, to my knowledge, is required to wear a protective helmet. With football, they've stopped the spearing with the helmets. And here, with all the technology of developing the modern football helmet, when the Giant or any wrestler goes in the ring, they don't have the benefit of protective pads or helmets. And I'd really hope to come out here tonight and have some kind of an update on the Giant, but some tests have been performed and the results aren't back, and there's more tests being called for. And really the people, Mike, that are closest to him are being very tight-lipped about the situation. And I just sense that really it doesn't look very good. But the time has come for WCW to take some action. So effective immediately, right now, the jackknife powerbomb or any version of it is now barred at WCW. And this is not to single out Kevin Nash. I'm talking about any wrestler that attempts to execute the jackknife powerbomb or any version of it. And any wrestler that uses it will be disqualified, will be fined, and I'm talking about a substantial fine. And Kevin Nash, if you ever attempt to execute that move again on another wrestler, WCW will have you not only fined and disqualified in the match, but we'll have you escorted out of the building, and WCW will explore the possibilities of criminal prosecution.
The message has been sent loud and clear to Kevin Nash and all the wrestlers in the NWO and WCW. Tony, back to you.
Well, Mike, that's quite a statement. That I never thought that we would hear or see something like that. But I have to pat James J. Dillon on the back. Fans, that was a harrowing scene that we witnessed. And if you saw Sold Out, you experienced it it really took our breath away. We didn't think the Giant would even walk. Again, he was helped out by medical attendants at night. And I would say to James J. Dillon, bravo, good job. There has to be the line drawn somewhere, Larry, and it's got to be right now.
Well, you have to draw because, like you said, bigger, stronger athletes than ever. And I've seen wrestling evolve over 25 glorious years. You know, there was a time when coming off the top rope was illegal. Diving from the ring to the floor was illegal. And the rules have been, slowly over the years becoming more lenient, and as a result, more and more necks have been broken, careers have been ended. I don't know what the status with the Giant is. Didn't look good from what J.J. Dillon said, but banning and barring the jackknife powerbomb, good idea. It's about time.
Well, everyone said that wrestling was going to change in '98, and you can see already it has. We're going in a different direction.
The powerbomb has been so much of a part of many wrestlers' repertoire, but the fact that it was used last night, and I say this because of what we have known from Kevin Nash, what we have known from the NWO, the intent last night was to take a man out.
Yeah, well, if you see the replay, you'll see Kevin Nash pick him up and then deliberately opened his hands and let the man drop deliberately on his neck. I mean, that was a deliberate trying to just destroy the man. And this is a sport. This is not an execution. So J.J. Dillon, he did the right thing.
Well, 25 years ago, Tony, and Larry, the condition of wrestlers and the size of them and the speed, the nutrition and everything was a lot different. They're bigger now, they're faster now, they're a lot stronger now, they're in better condition, and there's so much more money involved. So, I mean, you got to put down the rules someplace. Somebody's going to get really hurt really bad.
And and you brought up another good point. The money is a lot different, and there's so much riding on the line financially for many of these great athletes that you can see sometimes that athletes will stoop to lows like we have seen from Kevin Nash to try to take the competition out so they can make the most money. They can be on top of the mountain. We have seen enough of it. That is why the insurgents of the NWO. Do you think these guys come out here and try to take us out for free? They want to control wrestling. They want to have all the money. They want to be on top. And we have seen examples of it periodically, but never anything as sickening and as frightening as what we witnessed. And the other night at Sold Out, and fans, we are going to understand before this program's over, before this segment's over, we're going to show you once again. Witness that for yourself. Well, it's Konnan and Jerry Flynn.
Well, he's got Goofy Vincent out there. Just pop. Look at Flynn. He doesn't know which way to look, and they got him. They got him distracted.
And Billy Silverman wanting Vincent to keep his hands off the opponent. And the WCW had really increased.
Bam! He nailed him.
Increased the fines, increased the security, trying to prevent many wrestlers from coming out, trying to hurt other wrestlers, doing the run-ins and trying to attack guys from behind. And really what we have heard from James J. Dillon has been the stiffest lay down of the law we've heard in a long, long time. He was a very angry man, and I can understand why.
Like I said, look at the great wrestlers in the past. Paul Orndorff can never wrestle again. Arn Anderson, younger man than I am, could never wrestle again. And when you say could never wrestle again, you're talking about someone, a professional wrestler's life being over. That's his purpose in life. That's his living, and it's over. And that is just too stiff of a thing to go through life with. JJ did the right thing.
Good move by Konnan as Flynn hit the ropes on the right side, and now Konnan will send him in. Again, we're going to have Scott Hall and Lex Luger to go one-on-one in our feature bout. U.S. champ Diamond Dallas Page. We haven't seen him in about a week or so after he was attacked.
Nailed his head on the steel steps.
Flynn with an over-the-top cross body block at Konnan. You're right, the back of the head as you see Ravens flock. The seats they paid for watching on.
But even how the rules have progressed over the years, I mean, years ago when I first started, that was illegal. You couldn't dive out of the ring into the floor.
Well, wasn't it not too long ago you couldn't come off the top turnbuckle?
You couldn't. That was illegal.
That's right. I remember that the pile driver at one time has been outlawed.
In fact, years ago, talked to Ted DiBiase about his father dying in the ring because of maneuvers like that. Almost got him.
I remember when two men on the floor couldn't fight.
Certainly, wrestling has changed, and
it's gotten brutal, but it's gotten too brutal.
But it's gotten better.
Well, wrestling's the best it's ever been.
Best it's ever been.
Best it's ever been. And we are certainly thrilled to be right in the middle of it here on Nitro. Each and every Monday, a running lariat. And down goes Konnan, and Jerry Flynn is starting to pick up the offense here, guys.
Well, Jerry Flynn, as much martial arts background as he has to use mat techniques here against Konnan. Konnan, very good on the mat, and on the mat's where you're going to beat the man. See, Jerry went to take him down, but Konnan blocked it.
Konnan had a lateral press there and almost pinned Jerry Flynn. And I think Conan's very groggy since he hit his head on those steel steps on the outside.
That will make you groggy, Tony.
I'm sure it will. Trying to enziguri kick that time, but missing. And Konnan tying up the arm and the leg, and now into the submission, the Tequila Sunrise. And Konnan comes away with a win here on Monday Nitro.
Martial arts is great if you're watching a Bruce Lee movie, but in the ring, the Mat Master, he'll stretch you every time.
All right, fans, as we said before, we're going to go back in time once again. Well, this is a sickening look. We're going to caution you once again, the severity of this. Here's what happened. That sold out in super slow motion.
Now see, watch Nash. He released his hands on purpose. He went to destroy the Giant.
Head first.
And then he tried to drive his weight on top of him, but missed him.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Need a little excitement? Step into a Slim Jim. Oh, yeah!
We are going to be going back to great wrestling action in a few moments here on Nitro, but right now we take you back live to Chattanooga, Tennessee. Mean Gene Okerlund and the Nitro Party Grand Prize winners.
All right, we're back with our Grand Prize Nitro Party winners at the Lambda Chi Alpha Fraternity, UT Chattanooga, and we are having a ball. By the way, I'm here with the Nitro girls, as you can see behind. And how about our sponsors, Fresh Hot Crystal Burgers? And of course, it's been a Southern tradition for some 65 years. Who sent in the tape? Oh, Brandon. Brandon, come on in. I understand you sent the tape into WCW of your Nitro Party, and everything we talked about, did it come true here tonight?
Yes, sir, that's right. We had a Rush event, last Rush, and we decided to have a Nitro Party on Monday night. So we tried it. We didn't know if we'd win or not, but we sent it in, and we're here, baby. We won.
And I understand, correct me if I'm wrong, this is Rush Week also.
Yes, sir, this is Rush Week. This is Monday Night of Rush. It's kind of ironic. We had our first Nitro Party on last Rush of Monday night, and now we've won it on this Rush of Monday night, so it's real exciting.
All right, they're hanging from the rafters. I think I used that expression, but that is true here tonight. This house probably could handle 25 or 30 people. Tonight we've got 250 in here, and we are having a ball. By the way, I should remind you, ladies and gentlemen, the Nitro girls are going to be dancing a little bit later on. And if you want to be a grand prize winner, you got to send us your tape. I'll tell you what, it's leading up to a big event that we're going to be having down south in Florida. I'll talk about that a little bit later on. Kimberly, are we shaking tonight?
Oh, we are cooking, baby. It is off the hook.
What do you think of these fraternity guys?
All I got to say right now is I really hate my job.
All right, it's Nitro. We are live from Chattanooga. Mike, today, you're missing something. Back to you.
Well, Gene, it looks like you're having a great time in Chattanooga. We sure are here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And I guess it's appropriate, following last night's Denver Broncos Super Bowl victory, that we bring out WCW's Super Bowl champion, former United States heavyweight champion, Steve Mongo McMichael.
Well, of course, here in Fort Wayne, we are not that far from the Windy City. And they know this man quite well, not only from the gridiron, but also, as he said, Mike, former United States heavyweight champion. Mike, go ahead.
Well, Mongo, it was quite a Super Bowl last night. The Denver Broncos defeating your former team, the Green Bay Packers.
Do you think I care about that game anymore? Listen, my friend, I'm in the WCW now. I'm not a pro football player anymore. I'm here to talk about what's been going on in the WCW here lately, and I am frankly sick to death of it. All these new guys, wherever they're coming from, up north saying, I've done this, I've been all of that. You ain't done nothing yet until you come kick some butt here in the WCW, baby. Now, I've been cracking heads, and I've had my head cracked, and I can't wait to get knee deep in some of these boys.
Who are you referring to?
I don't care who they are. Bring them on.
What do we have there?
What?
Speaking of boys, we've got Davey Boy Smith here.
Davey Boy Smith, the British Bulldog. What's this all about?
That's right, Mike. The British Bulldog is finally in the WCW. Yeah, that's right. You can clap all you want. And I've heard you rap. But the British Bulldog has come here and he needs a big bone to chew on. And you, my friend, could be that bone.
What do you people think? Why don't you go backstage, get your little tops on in your wrestling gear, and later on tonight, Mongo will teach the Bulldog some new tricks.
Oh, yeah.
Davey Boy?
If you think you can teach a 20-year-old veteran some new tricks, we'll find out tonight. I'm going backstage, putting my tights on. I'll see you on Monday Nitro on WCW.
Well, there it is. The challenge has been made by this man, Steve Mongo McMichael, accepted by the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith, and we will see that showdown later this evening right here on Nitro. And we are coming back. We're live from Fort Wayne, Indiana. This is TNT. This is Monday Nitro.
Welcome back, and I'm going to be honest with you guys. Davey Boy Smith, the British Bulldog, floored me. Did you know he was here tonight?
I didn't see him. Yeah, I haven't seen him in years. Came out of nowhere.
I tell you, he may floor Mongo. I mean, I know Mongo loves to fight. The man's an animal. But Davey Boy Smith is a veteran. He knows what he's doing. He's a good wrestler, the guy. It's going to be a good one.
And not only that, he's one of the strongest men in this sport.
And he and Mongo will go one-on-one later on here tonight live from Fort Wayne, Indiana on WCW Monday Night. Now, as Buff Bagwell makes his way in, I need to tell you something that happened just a few minutes ago when the NWO arrived here in Fort Wayne. We didn't have our cameras out back, but we did get a report that they arrived in, as always, their different factions in separate limousines. And we understand that Miss Elizabeth was spotted in Hollywood Hogan's limousine, and the Macho Man did not arrive.
Well,
He was not here.
Macho Man, of course, one of the egos engulfed in the dissension of the New World Order. And Savage has always been about as stable as nitroglycerin. I mean, he's off the wall anyway. But that was an interesting thing. I heard the same thing earlier from Ixnay.
Well, you know, the fact that he is off the wall, the fact, though, that he'd always had really come in during, with the limousines. And it just, once again, more evidence that the NWO's problems are deep-rooted.
You know as well as I do, Miss Elizabeth always traveled with Savage.
I know that, and that's why I brought that up. Rick Steiner comes in with Ken DiBiase to take on Buff Bagwell with Vincent. And I don't think there's any question that we need to discuss what has happened over the past few weeks, few months between Rick and Scott Steiner, the most cohesive unit. Michigan Wolverines, great amateur background, maybe one of the greatest tag teams ever, having their problems, Rick and Scott, and Buff Bagwell of the NWO, making sure he gets the upper hand here early.
Typical MO, the New World Order. Hit him from behind if you can. Bunch of cowards.
Yeah, but my question to you, what's the MO of Scott Steiner? What's going on there?
I'm not exactly sure. Scott Steiner, just a very short fuse. He's got a big ego. I mean, he's got a great physique and he's into it. I think he's got some kind of personal thing going with himself, but Scott Steiner is not thinking in terms of a tag team unit. He's thinking in terms of an individual.
Well, I think his mind is all messed up now because of Buff Bagwell here in the NWO. Seems every time Buff Bagwell flexes a muscle, Scott Steiner can't take it. He's got to flex a bigger muscle.
Well, there's so many reasons it could be. Brothers having problems.
Well, he's turned into a glory hog and nothing but a show off. Nothing wrong with that if you can back it up, I guess, but he can't. He can.
course he can. Rick Steiner, look at that. Would you want to go in the ring against this man?
I wouldn't want to go out back and feed him.
And
that's where they keep him, you know.
No, they don't.
Oh, Bobby wouldn't get in the ring with the referee.
That's right. And Bagwell.
That's right.
Warning Steiner to stay away, but how do you warn a man who just loves to fight? He's gonna grab you.
Well, I tell you, Bagwell asked for it. When Bagwell asked for it, and believe me, Steiner will give it to him. It does not take much for Steiner to snap. He's not a full deck player anyway. Maybe that's what's bugging Scotty. Maybe, you know, it's hard to deal with someone dumb, and Rick Steiner is not a smart guy.
Yeah, but he just didn't get dumb this week. He's been dumb all his life. Well, he must have known that.
Took Scott longer to crack. I don't know.
Maybe he's dumber. It took him longer to find out. But there's problems there.
Pick up. And Rick Steiner.
Powerful, powerful man.
I tell you, not only powerful, masters of the suplex. And look at any position you get in, he's going to ramble.
Oh, I thought he was going for that power bomb.
Buff just got snuffed.
He was that close. You know, an instinct will do that. They just started this new rule that the power bomb has been banned. Some guys may not have that flat in their mind yet. This could be very interesting.
Hit him again.
Pounding away on the side of Bagwell. Bagwell using the top rope. Sending Steiner in, and Bagwell goes down as well.
Bagwell's very proud of his physique, very proud of being a member of the NWO.
And that's all he does.
Well, sure, Bagwell's a sheep. He's a follower. He sold his soul, and he thinks that's just great. He'll find out someday when the New World Order throws him in the garbage.
Now the New World Order, ever since, really, if you go back, ever since Sting won the match at Starrcade, ever since Bret the Hitman Hart became a part of WCW, things have been falling apart. And now Vincent trying to get some cheap shots.
Oh!
There's an expensive shot.
Wow.
Look at Vince's eyes. He looks like a pinball machine.
He knocked him flat. What a powerhouse Rick Steiner is.
Yeah, but still, no matter how, what he got in Vincent, it takes away from the match, and Bagwell capitalized on it. Vincent shouldn't be out there.
What you're seeing right now, fans, is Bagwell trying to slow things down here. As long as you're standing, as long as the dog-faced criminal is standing, has some of the greatest clotheslines, the greatest lariats, the greatest suplex in the world, I would think it would be a good strategy to keep the man off his feet.
But Tony, he can beat you sitting down. That's the funny part about these Steiner brothers. They're just so tough.
Scoop slam. Into the middle turnbuckle is Buff Bagwell.
Get up!
Oh, he wasted too much time. You can see that coming. And there's what we were talking about. What a lariat. It's called a Steiner line. And a Steiner suplex.
Ho-ho!
That's why you keep the man off his feet. Because once he gets you on the ropes, once he gets you going back and forth, you're in trouble. And now Rick Steiner.
He's going to suplex him from there.
Oh! Belly to belly.
Air Buffy.
From the middle turnbuckle. Steiner not trying to make a cover. Plants an elbow. Great execution by the dog-faced gremlin again. What a man. Uh-oh.
Come on, that was a trip, ref.
Vincent tripped him up, and Buff Bagwell almost got a win.
I think it's going to take more than a trip to beat the... Scott Steiner's out.
How about this?
Vincent's out. Buff's out.
Scott Steiner come out helping his brother, laying out Vincent. Sending Vincent into a ring post. Meanwhile, up on top, Rick Steiner with a Steiner Bulldog. And Scott sending Vincent in.
What's he doing?
There's the bell. What happened here?
I don't know. Scotty lost it.
Well, Mickey J's explaining.
He's been laying his hands on the ref.
There's a fine.
You're not kidding. He's grabbing the referee, and that has been a $5,000 fine. There, and there's Mickey J telling him that.
Even DiBiase isn't getting that close to Scotty.
Another $5,000, and I think, we didn't get the official word, but I think Rick Steiner was disqualified here. And he had the pin, he had the 1, 2, 3.
Well, Scott, his brother, cost him the disqualification.
Yeah, but
And
he
just
came down
out.
and hit Vincent outside. Vincent tripped him.
Yeah, but he threw him in the ring and then followed him in, I think.
And how brazen can one man get? He told DiBiase, you can hear it plainly that he told DiBiase, hey, pay the man.
Well, he's got the money.
I hate referees. They're incompetent and they're stupid. $5,000 coming out of his pocket. I'm not paying that. I'm taking it out of his
There's
chair.
Darren
Learn a
Disarray
lesson,
as well,
man.
fans. We'll be back
He's
with
gone
more
nuts.
live on Nitro.
It's getting wilder.
Welcome back and get ready for hour number 2 of 3 hours. That is right, this is our very first 3-hour program. And beginning tonight, each and every week, we're going to be on the air for 3 solid hours of the greatest action in the world. And still to come tonight, as you heard, the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith, is here. He will face Steve Mongo McMichael. United States Heavyweight Champion Diamond Dallas Page back in action after a recent injury against Wrath. Booker T defends the TV title against Saturn. Plus, we're going to have, later on in our feature bout, the total package Lex Luger and Scott Hall. They will go. They'll go one-on-one.
You know that music.
Yeah, boy, do I ever. Ad nauseam.
Which one is it? Or how many of them? Or is it all of them?
And what fact? Oh,
It's Nash and Ripoff.
Kevin Nash and Eric Bischoff. Only thing I can say is I'm sure they're going to have some sort of response to what James J. Dillon said. Now remember, the words of James J. Dillon was laying down the law not only for Nash, for everyone in pro wrestling in WCW.
Thank you very much. And in what normally would be a very joyous occasion for the real giant in this sport has turned out to be a very, very sad day indeed. Because, well, Kevin, you and I have talked about it, and we can feel Bill Clinton's pain. Because we too have been singled out and have been a target of media manipulation, but more important than that, we have been a target of WCW. You, my friend, have been singled out by J.J. Dillon. Your reaction?
You know, I've been sitting back there tonight watching the show. Lex Luger comes out and he says that what I did was wrong, and Page comes out and says what I did was wrong, and I think I owe it to myself and I owe it to you to tell you what really happened last night. During the match, after the Giant had given me absolutely everything he had, and of course my resiliency was there, I was still coming back. There was a point where we looked at each other in the eyes, and he looked at me and he said, "Big man, I can't go anymore." But being the sportsman that I am, I said to myself, I think what this big man needs is a little stimuli. Hey, how about a little coffee to pick him up? Oh, yeah. So I hit him with the coffee. That didn't seem to have any effect, so I thought to myself, maybe I'd give him a little jump start. I looked into his eyes. If anybody out here has ever watched the Disney film Old Yeller, it was almost like looking into the chicken coop and seeing Old Yeller with the foam, and I said to myself, I don't want to pull the trigger on this, but man, somebody's got to put this guy out of his misery. It's just that I mean, I try to be a good guy and I stuck him on his skull. And I thought to myself, you know, big man, that's gonna leave a mark. So in closing, from now on, I don't want to be called Kevin Nash. I want to be called Big Sexy, the Giant Killer, Kevin Nash. And if you want to send me some fan mail, you can send it to the van down by the river.
The real Giant! Thank you all very much! We do not need to validate that with a reaction.
Don't even waste your time with these two jerks.
That says it all about the mentality of these idiots. And that's all they are, they're idiots. They're lower than you, Brain, I can tell you that.
Hey, I didn't say nothing. No, I'm not taking up for them. What are you jumping on me about?
I'm
You got nobody else to pick on, right?
I'm just making a point. So that's the way they want it. Are we surprised?
No, not surprised whatsoever. They're lower than Scott Hall.
Well, for the New World Order and their factions and their fighting they're having within, Super Brawl is headed toward them very, very quickly. Hollywood Hogan will get a chance to go in the ring against Sting to vie the vacated World Heavyweight Championship at Super Brawl. And as Roddy Piper said, we're going to finish it once and for all between these men. We're going to have a winner. And I can only imagine if Hogan does not win that match, how much more they're going to be in disarray.
Well, that could be the end of the New World Order. At least Piper came out like a man and made manly rules. A fight to the finish. And talk about a man right here, Jim the Anvil Neidhart. This guy can rearrange an anvil.
Boy, this guy's missing a fork and a spoon out of the set. I'll tell you that right there.
Yeah, he's a very odd personality, but as you said, he is one of the toughest, and he'll face Wayne Bloom in this next matchup here live on Nitro.
And you know who his brother-in-law is?
Bret the Hitman Hart. So here we go, the next matchup.
So that means he's got to be nice to his sister?
I don't know if that means that or not, Larry. Here's from the neutral position, Wayne Bloom snatches a side headlock here, and Neidhart, so strong. He's one of the toughest men to get off his feet.
Well, I tell you, Bloom's no slouch either. You know, back in the mid-'80s, Bloom here was the national deadlift champion. Strong man.
The Anvil took him down. Now the Anvil head of steam to the ropes. Great drop toe hold and a great counter move by Wayne Bloom. And an elbow drop on the back of the head. It shouldn't surprise anyone about what Kevin Nash and Eric Bischoff had to say. Look at this, grabbing onto that goatee. They are enjoying the plight of the Giant. And also what they're doing, basically, I think, is kind of just spitting in the face of the law laid down by WCW.
Well, they have no respect for the ruling by J.J. Dillon. They'll probably try to test them, but there'll be history. That'll happen.
Hey, it's like
they mean business.
Yeah, it's like I said earlier when I saw the footage. Nash released his hands, deliberately went to destroy the Giant, and now he's trying to make a joke of it. J.J. Dillon made the right decision. We'll see how Kevin Nash fares without that jackknife power bomb of his.
Well, you could just tell by the way J.J. Dillon talked at WCW and J.J. Dillon, they mean business.
Well, you could tell the way Piper talked the other night. That's sold out. Notice how he walked over to Hogan with the belt.
Yeah.
Almost as if he was going to give it to him and said,
yeah, not today.
Not a chance. Great takedown by Bloom that time. Lateral press on Neidhart, and Neidhart gets to the ropes in the nick of time here. Do not forget, we have Scott Hall and Lex Luger to go one-on-one. Plus, we have in this program the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith, in his WCW debut against Steve Mongo McMichael, Diamond Dallas Page, and Wrath. The cover. We got a 2 count, and Booker T, still the TV champ, to face Saturn. And I guess congratulations.
We also have a neophytic dimwit named Crybaby Spicoli coming out here.
I guess we do a little bit later on, don't we? You have a little personal vendetta there, but I also want to say we really haven't touched on it that much. We need to congratulate, speaking of crybabies, Chris Jericho for becoming the Cruiserweight champ at Sold Out. Boy, has he turned his life inside out.
Another confused Young and the Useless.
And in the process, we do believe that we're not going to be seeing Rey Mysterio Jr.
Oh!
Great move, 1, 2.
He got him!
The big power slam off of the turnbuckles. And Jim the Anvil Neidhart secures a win. And a big one at that here live on WCW Monday Nitro. We're going to be back, fans, in a few moments, but we want to remind you that WCWWrestling.com is inviting you to take part in wrestling history. On January 31st, live at the Fleet Center in Boston, WCWWrestling.com presents Boston Brawl. This one ain't no tea party. It's pro wrestling's first ever internet exclusive pay-per-listen event. The stakes are high for Boston Brawl. History begins here on WCWWrestling.com.
And welcome back, everyone, to Monday Nitro. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce a man who has certainly had his share of problems with the NWO, now a major part of WCW's resurgence against the New World Order, Big Ray Traylor.
Resurgence being the operative word here, and Mike Tenay hit it on the head.
Well, Ray, we had the opportunity earlier to hear from some of the other WCW wrestlers about the situation involving Kevin Nash and the Powerbomb, and now we'd like to get your thoughts on that matter.
You know what the problem is with Kevin Nash and the NWO? They think they're better than everybody else. They call themselves the true power of television. But what they don't realize, these people in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and the 50 million more back in TV land, they're the true power of television. Some of them tall, some of them skinny, some of them fat, tall, some of them got scars. Some can't hear, some can't see. But each and every one of us are better than anybody in the NWO. Kevin Nash, you showed your true power last night and how dangerous the Powerbomb really is. You put the Giant out of wrestling. Nobody knows when or if he's coming back. I know there's a lot of guys in the back that are afraid to put the name on the dotted line, that are afraid to face you. But buddy, in Cobb County, Georgia, where I come from, if we ain't got nothing to do, we look for a fight. And here in Fort Wayne, Indiana, I know you're just flesh and blood of man. They're gonna shovel the same 6 foot of dirt over your body as they do mine when it's all said and done. Win, lose, or draw, Kevin Nash, you're gonna know you've been in a fight right here, Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Whoa, no fear on the part of Big Ray Traylor. Later this evening on Nitro, one-on-one against Kevin Nash. Tony, Bobby, and Larry, back to you.
He is afraid of no one, is Big Ray Traylor, and one of the strongest men this sport has ever seen.
Yeah, Traylor's been around a while. Again, loves to fight, and Traylor is a big man, not quite as big as Nash, but Traylor has a lot more mobility. He can outmaneuver Kevin Nash.
You know, you talk all you want about Ray Traylor and Kevin Nash. I think Ray Traylor should call the Giant if he can find out where he's at and ask him just what it's like to be in there with Kevin Nash. It's not going to be that easy.
Kevin Nash and Ray Traylor, another match still to come tonight live. Look at this sea of fans everywhere, signs everywhere. WCW Monday Nitro is it. The #1 wrestling program in the world. And I'll let you know that WCW, as we wait for the entrance of Psychosis to face Chavo Jr. here, WCW Monday Nitro next Monday will originate from the Alamo Dome in San Antonio. It's Monday, February 2nd. Tickets, the box office, in Ticketmaster. In 2 weeks, we're going to have some great WCW Monday Nitro action coming your way. But we want to talk about Tampa, Florida on Monday, February 16th. We're going to be at the Florida State Fairgrounds for that big event there during the Florida State Fair. That's become a yearly event for us. George Steinbrenner, of course, will be there with us as well. Tickets at the box office. We look forward to seeing our good friend, your good friend, Brain, George Steinbrenner of the Yankees. We're going to have WCW Monday Nitro, the Arca Arena in Sacramento, California on Monday, February 23rd. Tickets, the box office, and all Bass ticket outlets. And we have one other big Monday Nitro to talk about. that we're going to be returning to the Spectrum Monday, March 2nd in Philadelphia. Tickets will go on sale this Friday, January 30th, for that event at the box office and Ticketmaster as we return to the Spectrum in Philadelphia for Monday Nitro. Coming up on Monday, March 2nd. Right now, Psychosis trying to get a quick start here on Chavo Jr. And a great drop kick and nowhere for Chavo to go after that drop kick.
Yeah, City of Brotherly Love, one of my old stomping grounds, and of course, San Antonio, Texas next week. That's when the first luchador in history, Santa Anna, rode in and cleaned house with Davy Crockett and Jim Bowie. See if Chavo Jr. has any luck here against Psychosis.
Davy Crockett?
Not our Davy Crockett, the old dead one.
They look the same.
Stop it.
Oh, he hit the pole.
Into the ring post goes Psychosis, and here comes Chavo Jr. And he ran right over Psychosis that time.
No place to go.
You know, Chavo has a lot of fire and vigor and determination. He gives it 100% in the ring. He's up on top over the great roll-up. 1, 2, and Psychosis escaped. You're looking once again at two great cruiserweights, two of the top athletes. Chavo Jr., of course, and the brother of former cruiserweight champ, former U.S. champ Eddie Guerrero, and Psychosis from Mexico. I mentioned that we're going to be having Monday Nitro on the 9th of February. That is going to be in El Paso, Texas, by the way, on Monday, February 9th for that big event.
Oh, fell too soon.
He sure did.
Right in the kidney area. He got him good.
Hey, one thing about the luchadors is you've got to have excellent timing. You cannot make a mistake, and sometimes 2 or 3 seconds is too long, but with these guys, a half a second is too long.
Drop toe hold, and off of using the middle rope as a springboard into a bulldog. That was a great move. 1, 2, and he didn't get it, but came very, very close that time, getting the 1, 2, 3.
This Chavo Guerrero's had a lot of problems in his family because of Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah, well, Eddie has certainly been the root of the evil in the Guerrero family, and it's a family rich in wrestling tradition.
Well, they all got hot tempers and short fuses, but I don't know what got into Eddie. He has no fuse at all. He turned his back on his entire family.
I can understand hot tempers, and I can understand short fuses.
Sure, you're an Italian.
Well, but when it...
I can understand turning on your family.
Would you guys stop for
I'm
just
not
a
Italian.
Oh! But I can't
To the floor from the top on the stairs.
And Chavo not finished yet. Here he goes, other side, over the top! Oh. A somersault over the top rope. And I think maybe we have an injury on Psychosis. The right shoulder hit beyond the mat, hit on that concrete floor, and Chavo's going to take advantage of this, try to put him back in the ring and maybe try to end this match. Guerrero.
I tell you again, you got to be quick. 1 second is too long in there.
And you can't turn your back on any of them.
No, and they both good points, guys. You got to be quick, can't turn your back. Chavo made 2 critical mistakes, but he's the one that falls on top, and he does not get the 1, 2, 3, but it came close. Wow. So much action in the ring going on here tonight. And still to come, the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith, and
I tell you, when Scott Hall comes out later, I'm going to be sitting right here chanting Lex.
1, 2, no. The British Bulldog and Steve McMichael, Scott Hall, as you said, Larry Zbyszko against Lex Luger, Kevin Nash, and Ray Traylor. Plus Diamond Dallas Page defends the U.S. title, and Booker T the TV belt. That's all still to come tonight. Whip in over the top. That time, Chavo got the hands up, trying to block that kick, that spin wheel kick, but he could not.
Yeah, Psychosis is going up, and Chavo's getting up.
To the top. Ooh. That was a great move. He just kicked the legs out from underneath Psychosis, and you see the result there, fans.
Yeah, clever move, but Chavo still has to keep going. You cannot slow down.
He is up on top with him, possibly a superplex here, but
maybe going the other way.
Threw him off. Psychosis able to block, hooking the feet underneath the turnbuckles there, and up, down he goes, the guillotine leg drop. Great elevation, 1, 2, 3, and Psychosis picks up on a mistake by a young Chavo Jr., and with the guillotine leg drop, gets the win, and he's hurting as well. What a contest that was. Here live on Nitro.
I have no idea what he's saying, Brain. You take it.
He says I draw on myself. See my arm?
No, stop it. It's our Castrol torture test of the week.
Right here, Chavo Jr. high-risk maneuver. Landed perfect. Two nailed Psychosis, but just didn't keep up the movement. Just delayed a second, and that was far too long for Psychosis to take advantage.
Castrol GTX stands up to the most torturous conditions with our torture test of the week. Fans, also tonight, we're going to be hearing from Bret the Hitman Hart and some of the greatest wrestling action in the world when we come back live from Fort Wayne, Indiana on Monday Nitro. Welcome back to WCW Monday Nitro, the 3-hour edition, beginning tonight and each and every week. We're on the air beginning at 8 o'clock Eastern Time for 3 solid hours on TNT, the network that put professional wrestling on the map.
Look at this Demi Dimwit. Let me tell you something. Spicoli, Scott Hall, Larry Land is still open to either one of you jerks. I don't care if it's my house, your house, anybody's house. I'll still take him and rub his face in the mat again. Idiot.
Spicoli carrying out the World Tag Team title belts. Of course, Scott Hall, one half of the World Tag Team champs. As you see the banner that is Raven's flock on the ringside area there. Well,
a bunch of dangerous but misguided people.
Boy, misguided is the word here.
This Scott Hall, always in tremendous shape. A champion in his own right. A champion here at WCW.
And a champion that never has the guts to come out by himself.
Well, you heard what Larry talked about and what happened at Sold Out. Fans, you're going to have to see it for yourself. If you saw it, you'd like to see it again. The encore presentation is tomorrow night. So make the call.
Hey, yo. I'm sure you know by now that we're taking a little survey. It's real simple. We want to know if you're with us or against us.
How do you feel, Larry?
I'm against him.
So is everybody here in Fort Wayne, did all you people come to see WCW?
He lost already.
Listen to that.
He learns it every week.
This may be the loudest I've heard it any place.
But hey, it wouldn't be the NWO without a lie or two, or three.
Or four.
Or did everybody here in Fort Wayne come to see the
Weak.
Drop the W and you gotta know.
One more for the good guys. Okay, I'm sure you heard by now that we got a new member. That's right, the original outlaw, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, is part of the Black and White Express. And young Louis Spicoli here, like everybody else, he wants to be part of the NWO. Because when you're in the NWO, you're just two.
Look at him. They look like Abbott and Costello.
So let's see what you got, Louis. Good luck, man.
So is this going to be a test for Spicoli? I mean,
that's what it sounds like. Well, Spicoli, he's an idiot. He wants to be a dweeb or a pledge or whatever it is to get into a group.
Well,
he wants to become a sheep of the New World Order.
Scott Hall said, hey, he wants to be in the NWO. Didn't say he was. But he'll face, he being Spicoli, Juventud Guerrera in this next matchup, live on Nitro. Don't extend your hand.
Movie, keep moving.
Juventud making his way to the ring, and Scott Hall apparently making his way out of the ring area. Well, there he goes.
Hey, that's about 4 inches taller after I stretched him the other night.
Scott Hall is leaving Louis Spicolli in there by himself, and let's see if Spicolli makes the grade. I would think it would be very simple to make the grade of the NWO. You just lie and attack people from behind, try to permanently injure them, keep them out of professional wrestling. That's not
Well, you know, you have to go to your creator, Hollywood Hogan, and find out where you are on the pecking order and get caught up in the dissension of the egos.
Spin wheel kick.
Come on, Hoovy, move. Nick Spicolli could move. He lost about 50 pounds.
Back body drop, landing is Juventud, a shoulder block by Guerrera. Guerrera up on top. Double drop kick. Sending Spicolli down. Juventud doing a lot of celebrating here.
Stay on him, Hoovy.
In the back of the neck, pounding away.
See, sometimes like a guy like Spicolli's going to run into trouble. Big as he is, he's going to think he's just going to mow down Juventud and have his way with him. He doesn't forget sometimes that Juventud's going to get behind him, take him down, and make him look silly.
Vertical suplex. Ahead of steam and driving the knee into the midsection. All right, we have dispatched a camera crew backstage. We understand that there's an arrival here, and they were told, well, that's the Macho Man Randy Savage.
And that's not a limo either. He just came by himself.
And he is angry.
The hell's going on here?
Boys.
Can't open a trunk.
Get my
He's
bag
not
out
used
here.
to getting in the trunk by himself. He has someone open the trunk for him.
You know what I'm doing? I'm gonna get it straight right now. Problems? Let's do the deal right now. Just see nothing yet.
Oh, Katie bar the door. The Macho Man Randy Savage has arrived at the arena here.
That's trouble.
And he's going to get some things straight as he walks inside, and we go back into the arena here. Not in the limousine, Miss Elizabeth, that we said, in Hollywood Hogan's limousine. And I don't know if he was left or what happened, but he is angry.
It looks like they left him stranded alone at the airport or something.
Well, he's coming right to the ring. He's coming to the ring. Savage. And he clips
Anybody, he don't care. He's here to fight tonight.
With a double axe handle, he's got Guerrero.
He's after anyone.
Pile driver.
He wants answers for some reason.
Oh, this is wild.
He's got the mic. Let's hear this.
Lex Luger! I want you out here right now.
Here's Miss Elizabeth in the corner.
What happened at Sold Out? Those Three Stooges friends of mine is the only reason that you got the 1, 2, 3 rack me. Got it, you understand? Get Luger out right now.
Bring him out.
Spicolli wants the match to continue.
Hulk Hogan.
What a lame brain.
Big go to the pecking order. Eric Bischoff, Scott Hall, and the Giant Slayer, Kevin Nash. I don't want you helping me no more.
Oh.
Never. And I want Lex Luger out here right by himself, right now. No disqualification. And baby, baby, baby.
Oh!
Wrong man on the wrong time, Spicolli.
Don't interrupt him.
Nope. The last man you want to fool with.
Oh, this man's
Like I said, I don't need no help. Luger! Lex Luger, get your...
Now Elizabeth is with him.
Get him out of here!
I'm not so sure he has seen her yet.
I think all he sees is red.
Oh, we are going to have...
They're all coming out.
Yes, we are. We're going to have a meeting of the minds here.
And look at her. Look at the expression on her face. She don't know what to make of
Get
this.
the total package out here! No disqualification!
Looks to me like Macho's messing up their pecking order.
Everyone in the NWO who arrived in separate limousines earlier out. Savage came out by himself. Came in, it looked like a rental car.
No help at all, it's Sold Out.
And They're going to try to settle something here. Hey, I like this. I hope they all get in a big fight and knock each other out.
Me too.
Bunch of clowns!
I would agree.
Hold on, Macho Man. Cooler heads need to prevail, and my friend, yours is wound just a little too tight.
Well, that's really great. Glad you care about my loss to Luger. Glad you care about it. But guess what? I know you don't. Neither do you. Neither do you. And you make me sick.
Whoa, for life seems to be a short-term contract.
Yes, it does.
Mach, you got a problem. It's a family. We're all here to fix it, and the man has got something he'd like to say to you.
Dying to hear it.
You know, Madness, if you're part of the team, brother, you gotta realize you gotta play the whole game. Sometimes me and the big man, sometimes me and Scott, sometimes we have a difference of opinion. But we all love each other. K-Dog, Big Norton, Buff, the boss, Vince, we're all in this thing together. And you know, the picture that we saw the other night when me and Big Scott, Mr. Hall, came down to the ring was, you know, that you weren't doing so good. Dig it? The picture that we saw, Mr. Macho Man, was that you weren't winning no gold medals out there, and you weren't exactly leading the dance with Flexi Lexi. So the way things go, because we care about you so much, and because we love you so much, me and Mr. Hall came down with the NWO spirit at heart, thinking that just our physical presence, seeing us at ringside, would be enough incentive for you to overcome Lex Luger outshining you. So that is the way it is. You were not looking so good, and what it is what it is. If you don't want us caring for you and leading the way for you all the way to the top, all the way to the victory, my man, you are on your own.
And that's the way I want it. 3 things now I got to tell you, I got to tell y'all. Number 1, that match wasn't over yet. I had things under control, believe me. Oh, yeah. Number 2, you guys weren't exactly unbelievably coordinated when you got there. So I don't need you in my matches anymore. And number 3, and believe me, you talk about a picture of confidence, you talk about a picture of control. I'm looking at a man that looked much better when he had the gold around his waist.
All right, that's enough. Come on, Randy. Come on, that's enough.
Stir it up.
That's enough.
Hold on. Everybody in the family, you included, knows I beat Sting 2 times. Twice, brother. Everybody here, all these NWOites and all these other pukes out here know that I'm responsible for the whole success of wrestling, and everybody knows I should have the belt around my waist right now. And just because J.J. Dillon is playing politics, everybody knows in February I'll have the belt and Sting will be stung. And if you don't like that, Macho Man, if you don't like that, brother, I got a big problem with that triple ticket.
Come on, man. Randy, don't do it. Don't do it.
He's nuts.
Come on, Randy.
Bischoff trying to keep the peace. Bischoff actually sticking his head through the ropes.
Will hit Bischoff!
Yeah, why not?
Maybe he don't know Savage. Savage will hit him. He'll hit him in that ring.
Yeah!
Bischoff
You got a problem, brother? You better work it out. You're part of this family. Here, you got something to say? Don't help me. I'll take care of Luger. You see if you can take care of Sting and get that gold back in the family. Hey, brother, you take care of yourself, and I'll take care of myself. You're coasting on your own right now, partner. Just don't make it for life or you'll be sorry.
Well, they really stopped short of completely throwing him out of the NWO because they really believe that it is for life. But you can see that they are more than ever now shredding, falling apart, coming unglued. This new world order having problems that we love. Don't we, living legends?
Yeah, the dissension has grown. I don't care what they say. They cannot deny. They are crumbling. They are crumbling before our very eyes.
Good news.
Tonight, every Monday night, Nitro parties all over the world, and Mean Gene still in Chattanooga, Tennessee, with the Nitro Girls with our grand prize winner. Take it away, Gene.
Let the bass kick.
All right, we are back with more WCW Monday Nitro. We are live in Chattanooga, Tennessee at Lamba Chi Alpha. We've got the Nitro Girls standing by. Check them out. Into us as soon as you can and be part of our next grand prize winner. Nitro Girls on hand. Hey, what are we going to do? A little play, pin the Nitro Girl? Is that it? I love it. This gentleman has just been, what is your name, sir?
Excuse me?
What is your name?
Daniel Hunt.
That's good enough. Now, Daniel, you're going to try pin the Nitro Girl. I'm not going to let you do it in person. You're going to have to pin the poster. If we can get a shot in here. Poster is over this way. Spin them around. That's it. Hold on. Okay. Go ahead. Nope. Hey, not there. Not the. Whoa. Well, I guess that's going to have to pass. Looks to me like that's it. Does that look familiar?
Hey now.
I think we got a little fun in hand. Hey, here's a Sting knockoff. Come on in. Nitro Girls, I'd like to have you, if you would. Now, we've got some numbers here. Judge this man's costume. Obviously, this isn't exactly Sting. What do we have, a 2? What do I have? And I've got a 9. Anything in between? Apparently, that's it. This is Nitro. We are live in Chattanooga. Get your takes in, and you can be part of this. Let's get back to more action.
Not your average Pi Beta Phi party, but it's not bad.
They're having a great time, and I know Nitro parties being held, look in the ring, if you will, being held all across the country right now. Raven is scheduled to wrestle, and as always, slinks down into the corner of the ring.
You know, Raven's a guy, he never has fun anywhere. If he was at the Nitro party, he wouldn't be having fun. This guy's strange.
Did you see him at Sold Out? When Benoit snatched him in his hold, didn't tap out, you could see a smile come to his face, and he went unconscious. Best time he ever had.
Now the lights dim here in the arena as Mortis will make his way in for the next bout. Fans, don't forget, we still have some great 2 title matches to come, including DDP against Wrath and Booker T against Saturn for the TV title. Want to remind you that WCW's Monday Nitro comes to Philadelphia Monday, March 2nd at the Core State Spectrum. Tickets are available at the box office and Ticketmaster. And Mean Gene will be on hand at Tower Records at 610 South Street Friday from noon to 2 this coming Friday. And we have a big event Friday, March 6th at the H.J. Palumbo Center in Pittsburgh. Tickets available and will go on sale this Friday, January 30th at the box office and all usual outlets. Don't forget, as we said, next Monday we'll be in San Antonio at the Alamo Dome for Monday Nitro. Tickets, the box office, and Ticketmaster there. Still to come tonight, we're going to talk about where Thunder is going to be in the next couple of weeks on a Thursday and how you can be part of it live and how WCW will be coming to our great fans in Sioux City, Iowa and Lincoln, Nebraska in the month of February at the end of the month.
Well, we've got two rare oddities in that ring now, Raven and Mortis. The lights go back on, you'll see them.
Notice how Raven didn't even move. I mean, it's almost as if he's catatonic.
He's moving now.
Didn't he say no disqualification? That's his rules.
He's got his own set of rules. But still, no jackknife power bombs allowed.
Thank goodness. Outside, Raven takes a spill. Oh, and a right hand, and that decked him. That absolutely decked him. Mortis. Oh! Shoulder first to the steel steps. You know, Brain, you talked about what happened to Raven against Benoit as Mortis looks over towards Raven's flock. And Raven is being punctured here, being pounded, being beaten, and I believe you're right. The man loves to get hurt.
Well, you saw the way Benoit had him Saturday night. The average man would have given up in 25, 30 seconds. He must have had on for a couple minutes, 4 or 5 minutes, and that grin just came to his face. And you can see Benoit pulling back and pulling back. He never tapped out. He never said anything. You can see the whites of his teeth, then his eyes rolled back into his head. Smile came to his face, and he went out cold. That's a sick bird right there.
Oh! Face first goes Raven. We talked about the beginning of the match and this no disqualification atmosphere that he wants, rules or no rules that he wants. He's getting what he wants. And I really think when he says, hey, I want no disqualification, I want anything goes, he's telling his opponents, I want you to hurt me.
Yeah,
as
right.
Bizarre as that sounds, that's what he wants.
He is bizarre. He's a sick individual. And, boy, you got me confused.
But he's rebounding now, at least he's attempting to, holding on.
Well, Mortis is no scout leader. He's a strange puppy, too.
You know, my outlook on professional wrestling was make a lot of money, but you had to have a lifespan to do it in. Raven, if he's around in 2 or 3 years, I'll be surprised.
There's a knee as he caught Mortis coming off the left side ropes in a forearm shot, and Raven is showing us, that he can take a pounding, but he comes right back. Mortis counters with the exact same move, but to the other side.
Mortis is a tough, tough man.
Raven holds on. Knee to the firmly to the midsection.
I hear Vandenberg has meetings with his men about 4 or 5 times a week. They run film, tape and tape and tape, and they watch everybody. He's got these guys ready.
Well, they're ready. They're prepared. He's going to have his other big man come out to face Diamond Dallas Page in a few moments for the U.S. belt. But now Raven has got a second win here. And here he goes, the steps in. That is a very high knee in the face using the steps. And Mortis goes down in a heap here.
I was wondering what he was doing. He just springboarded off those steps. Now he moved them again.
Should be interesting.
One more time, up on top, and again. Same result. Mortis crashes back of the head.
This Raven's got to be a lot of fun on a jetway. Yeah, he's not all there. But he's tough.
Stick to the game plan.
You know, as weird and as odd as Vandenberg is, he doesn't even want to get near Raven.
Vandenberg seems normal.
Yeah,
compared to Raven.
Most everyone does. Mortis cannot get up, and Raven now hovering over Mortis here. Notice a good reversal again, picks him up. Head first to the top turnbuckle pad.
Yeah, Mortis got one in, but he's getting up slow.
And a back elbow.
Maybe Raven got up.
He went down pretty quick. Raven, he likes this. He enjoys it. He enjoys you pounding on him.
Notice how calmly the Ravens flock is watching on the far side. Variation of a power slam by Mortis, hooking a near leg. Didn't beat him, but he came darn close that time, guys.
Like a bunch of zombies sitting out there.
City of the Living Dead.
The only one that's really into this is Lodi. Everyone else is kind of staring. And Raven, who gets rolled up, and he doesn't get pinned, but he came real close that time. Inside cradle, and
I thought I saw him hook good.
And he levels him with the right hand, and I mean leveled him. I think he knocked him out with that one.
Well, keep going. What's he doing?
Calling for the chair. No disqualification. Ravens rules.
Well, Raven asked for it.
Be careful what you wish for. It may come true.
And he's going to get
I hope. Batter up.
He's waiting for him to get up and turn around. Oh, he ducked Raven. Raven's got him in the DDT. That was superior quickness by Raven. Exhibited the duck, DDT, and he wins. Oh, what a fight. Raven showing us that he takes punishment and likes it and can come back and win a wrestling match.
Must be an honor amongst the flock. The more bandages, the more scars, the more broken bones, the higher you work your way up on their pecking order.
This enigma that is Raven gets his hand raised, wins another match with Raven's rules.
Which basically are none.
Here it is again.
Look at this. Drops his face right on the steps. Never seen that done before. Raven fixes the steps how he wants it, hits him with a high knee right in the mush. Look at this. If he'd have hit him with that chair, you'd have never found Raven again. Real quick, DDT right here. And your winner over Mortis, a big tough man. Your winner, Raven.
Raven is your winner. Diamond Dallas Page will be coming up defending the U.S. title. Plus, don't forget, Bret the Hitman Hart is here. And Lex Luger will face Scott Hall. Stay with us on Nitro. Well, over the past couple of days, we have witnessed the New World Order seemingly dissolving before our very eyes. And a lot is riding on that big world title bout coming up at Super Brawl 8 on February 22nd in San Francisco, the Cow Palace. Sting and Hogan to battle, to decide who will be the world champion. The title held up, the title vacated. Randy Macho Man Savage walked out alone. Only Miss Elizabeth followed behind. He is still within the NWO, but he is a very bitter, very dangerous man right now. And as we went off the air, it sold out. You saw the disarray, living legend, of the NWO. And we saw how Sting and Luger were centered in the ring, showing the world again that WCW, heard Luger's comments about what happened to the Giant, how WCW is ready to rise to the occasion anytime, anywhere.
Well, you know, there was the straw that broke the camel's back, and I think we are seeing now the straw that put the camel's back together, and that was the injury of the Giant. And WCW, the more they see the New World Order degenerate, the stronger they're gonna get. The hope is shining brighter day by day, and hopefully soon there won't be no New World Order at all.
It'll be real interesting to find out an update on the condition of the Giant.
Yeah, you know, you saw as, oh my goodness, back in the ring, first time in a couple of weeks, DDP, United States Heavyweight Champion, Diamond Dallas Page, makes his way to the ring, determined look in his eyes, and you see the legions of fans that are following this man and his career. They can identify with him.
This is one man that really really has a success story. Came from nothing. Everyone knocked him, everyone called him names. They said he was a lowlife. Never asked for help from anybody. Been beat up, been worked over, broken ribs. Everything's happened to this man. Came back, beat Kurt Hennig, became the United States champion, and still doesn't ask for any help.
Well, I tell you, Vandenberg may have men who are rare oddities, but Diamond Dallas Page is definitely a man of rare determination and integrity.
Well said, living legend. Here we go for the U.S. title bout here live on WCW Monday Nitro. In the second of 3 hours here tonight. Our 3-hour program begins tonight. Each and every week, we'll be with you live from arenas across the country with the greatest wrestling action in the world. Shoulder block. He's talking about the disarray of the NWO. Well, still to come. Scott Hall and Lex Luger. Remember what Savage said about Luger. He can take Luger on his own and needs no help.
I'm surprised someone rented Savage a car. State of mind that guy's in.
That's not a bad point.
Would you rent him a car?
If he come to my counter, absolutely not.
Mid-size!
He might have just took the car.
Look at Page. Page is afraid of no one. Slap in the face. And Wrath is one big, powerful man with a reputation. And Page knocks him down. How about that? Into the midsection, Page. How about that Russian leg sweep?
He's getting good, isn't he?
A nice move. He was ready for the diamond cutter, but Page reversed to put that Russian leg sweep in and to reach out and tag him.
You know, Brain, you said getting good. Hey, he is good, but I think what you're saying there, he's showing us more moves. We talk all the time about DDP, now at the brunt of a backbreaker. We talk so much about DDP and the diamond cutter, but we are seeing there's more to Diamond Dallas Page than just one move. Determination, heart. And you said it really correctly, Larry, when you said it a few minutes ago. Here's a man that puts his effort in, his heart into what he does, and it's paid off for him.
But when you've been to the gutter and then back to the penthouse, you realize that no matter what happens, if you remain yourself, nobody can take that away from you.
Vandenberg snuck it behind there. Little extra added help there. I'll tell you something. Somebody asked me the other day, they said, is it harder for him to put the diamond cutter on a small man or a big man? Well, you would think a bigger man because he can get underneath the chin and grab him. It doesn't matter with this guy. He can put it on you so many different ways from so many different angles. He's really got the advantage.
1, 2, you look at this maneuver that we have seen before now. We saw it on WCW Saturday Night from Wrath, where he pulls on the neck and holds the abdomen region and holds you back into the corner. It's almost a version of the abdominal stretch, but he used the ropes. And Page pulling himself up.
Yeah!
Oh, look at this fighter. Oh, what character he has. Right and left combinations. But Wrath held on that time. In the corner, foot to the midsection. Wrath got him doubled over and then knocks him down with the right hand.
Got him down, but Diamond Dallas will not give up.
Pick up, don't forget, we're going to hear from Bret the Hitman Hart, plus the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith, makes his debut against Steve Mongo McMichael, still to come in the third hour tonight. Up on top, and...
Whoa, did he get him?
Great explosion from the top brass, and that's it.
We got a
And
new
it could be,
champion here.
and it-
Oh! That was close, too close.
You could have got a paint job between his shoulders and the mat.
Wrath with a long look at Mickey J, thinking that maybe the count was a little too slow, but it was not. It was consistent. A pickup, and DDP holds on. DDP almost came out with a DDT that time, but he just rolled him forward on that great counter move. Wrath the first man up, but DDT the first man that gets the offense going. I'll tell you, when a man will fight on his knees and fight his way up, you can tell he's a fighter.
Well, sometimes it's good to stay low. Watch for an opening. Wrath left him, and Diamond Dallas found it. Bam! Nailed him!
If I don't get you with the right, I'm going to get you with the left.
He's calling for the diamond cutter, and that brings James Vandenberg up. And it also brings Mortis out. Mortis has arrived at ringside. We can see him on the far side, and now Mortis is up. Mortis! He gets knocked down. It's diamond cutter.
He's got a winner, I bet. Go for it, DDP.
Cover him. There's too many men out there.
Do it now. Get it over with and watch your back. Yes.
Ryder, still the United States Heavyweight Champion. Every time he puts it on, it's electric. And as Brain said, each way a different way. And as
he goes out the arena a different way every time, too.
Yeah, but he always goes through the fans. A man who knows what it means to be a champion, to work hard. The people love Diamond Dallas Page, and they should.
Walk out with that gold, Diamond Dallas. Keep it away from the New World Order.
You earned every bit of it. Look in the ring. Trying to help Wrath up is Mortis.
Wrath don't know what hit him. Happened that quick.
Hey, whoa!
He thinks that's Diamond Dallas.
That's right. It was Mortis, and he put him in that death penalty, and Mortis is out. He was just trying to help his partner up.
Yeah, but look at Vandenberg. He's laying down the law to him. He's, look at this dummy. You got the wrong guy. You were supposed to be wrestling Diamond Dallas, not your own partner. But maybe I made a mistake here.
Maybe Wrath doesn't care.
He's going to chase away Vandenberg as the explosion means that we are going into uncharted waters. We are going to the third hour. That's right, one more hour to go. When we come back, Bret the Hitman Hart and more live on Nitro.
Fort Wayne, Indiana, and a national TNT audience. Please welcome the 5-time World's Heavyweight Champion, Bret the Hitman Hart.
Bret Hart, who was involved in what will go down as a WCW pay-per-view classic 2 nights ago against the Nature Boy Ric Flair.
Look at this, Tony. Since he came here to WCW, Hogan's lost the title, nothing but trouble with the NWO, and he's right in the thick of it.
Call him a catalyst, maybe? A man who makes things happen?
Oh, I thought you said a Cadillac.
A catalyst. Never mind. Let's go back to Mike Tenay. You see how the fans love this man, Mike.
Bret Hart, this past Saturday, it sold out. It was certainly one of the most highly anticipated matchups of all time when you scored a very impressive victory over the Nature Boy Ric Flair, and we'd like to get your insights on that classic matchup.
Well, I'll say one thing, it was a tough match, and I didn't come here to disrespect Ric Flair or gloat about the match. If anything, I just want to thank him for a great wrestling match with a great wrestler. And Ric Flair, you're wrong about one thing. To be the man, you have to beat the man. Well, that's not true. Because Ric Flair, you're always going to be the man. Now I'm going to move on to other things down the WCW. And as far as this big decision by Roddy Piper, you know, any decision Piper makes is cool with me. And the decision he's made about Sting and Hogan and the title and the whole thing, that's cool with me. Because I came to the WCW to prove one thing. To prove that I should be the WCW World Heavyweight Champion. So I don't care what happens in the match with Hogan or Sting, because I'm going to prove to either one of them, I'm going to prove to everybody out there watching on TV, everybody out there in the audience, I'm going to prove to everybody back there in the dressing room that sooner or later, I'm going to be the best WCW champion that this company has ever had. Thank you very much.
Well, it's obvious Bret Hart feels that he's in the middle of that WCW World's Heavyweight title picture. Tony, back to you.
Mike, thanks a lot, and I tell you, we all knew what his purpose was to become the world champ, and he's made it well known to the world now. Bret Hart has his sights set on becoming the world champ. Back with more live on Nitro. This portion of WCW Monday Nitro brought to you by Burger King. Get your burger's worth at Burger King. The live action continues in Fort Wayne, Indiana, here on Nitro on TNT. It also continues in Chattanooga, where Mean Gene is standing by with our Nitro Grand Prize winner.
It is a cool, crisp night here in the great state of Tennessee. We are having a gigantic Nitro party. Hey, listen up. I want to take a little survey. Everybody takes a survey. Are you here tonight to watch the NWO? Or are you here to see I hope they get the message. Right now, before we conduct a little business, let's check out the Nitro Girls in action. Oh, yeah. As you're watching the Nitro Girls, I want to remind you WCW Nitro is hitting the road to spring break, our final destination, Spring Breakout 98, a gigantic three-day event in Panama City Beach, Florida. From March 14th through the 16th, we'll see a beachfront at the Holiday Inn Sunspree. I'm going to be there with my loincloth and copper tone. It is one of the greatest college hangouts during spring break. Road to Spring Break begins Monday, March the 2nd in Philadelphia, when we visit the University of Pennsylvania and St. Joseph's University. On Monday, March the 9th, Road to Spring Break visits Durham, North Carolina, Duke University, the home of the Blue Devils. A full day of activities planned for each campus, featuring appearances by wrestlers, of course, some of the great superstars of WCW, as well as the Nitro Girls, and hopefully myself. We've had a great time here tonight. I think this pretty much represents the reception that Nitro gets at college campuses across the land. And tell me as you get ready to send in your Nitro tapes, how can you not have fun doing this? We've had a great time at Chattanooga at the Lamba Chi Alpha House. Next door, the Fidels are partying, and we're going to keep this puppy going all night long. Back to Nitro in Fort Wayne, Indiana. So long, everybody, from Chattanooga. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Thanks a lot, Gene. Job well done, and I know it was a tough one.
Good news, Tony.
What's that, Brain?
We'll never see him again.
Well, he may not mind that either. I mean, if he's going to stay there with the Nitro Girls, you like that too, don't you, Larry? That's a lot of fun.
Oh, I don't know. They threw me out of college.
They did, huh? Well, you see Lodi standing up because Saturn's going to make his way in. Saturn, who was the former television champ, gets a shot here, and we're gaining that TV belt here live on Nitro against Booker T, the man who won, defeated Rick Martel to retain the belt, but Saturn's not involved in that matchup. That sold out a few nights ago. Fans, don't forget, you can see the encore presentation. It takes the air beginning tomorrow night, so make the appropriate phone call to your local cable operator, or if you have DirecTV, you can order with Direct Ticket. On the Dish Network and satellite dish owners, you know your phone number for Turner Premier. Well, Booker T,
A man who's come from tag team wrestling to single wrestling, and now he's got this rematch here against Saturn.
Tell you, Booker T, very impressive, man. I mean, I'm not an easy guy to impress, but this guy's phenomenal athlete. Sometimes for a man 260 pounds just seems to defy gravity. And Saturn is going to have a tough time with Booker T. He's got to watch out for is the flop.
They're always around, flapping their wings someplace.
They're always a part of it. Now, they were banned from ringside, but they came out here tonight and purchased their own tickets. However, as you know, WCW has been laying down the law about outside interference, about attack. Well, Lodi has jumped across the safety rail, and he'll get involved here somewhere or the other. He's got his signage out. Wanted to talk about Thunder and the event coming up this Thursday on TBS. And Thunder's coming up during the month of February. I'll get to that probably during the next matchup, because we're just about set to go. Charles Robinson, the referee. This is for the TV title. Do not forget, we still have the debut of the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith, who is now in WCW. He'll face Steve Mongo McMichael. What an opening match for him in WCW. Ray Traylor and Kevin Nash to go. Scott Hall and the Total Package Lex Luger. It's all still to come in this third hour of Nitro.
And remember this, Savage is here and he's going nuts.
Yeah, but he's always nuts.
Yeah, Savage is here, that's right. And he's been there and back many times.
Well, he hasn't let us down.
No, he's not. One thing you can say about Savage. He's pretty consistent about being a nut, isn't he? He never surprises us.
He's wrestling's most dangerous man.
Yes, he is. Back in the corner now, and you know, I want to take away anything from these two great athletes, but a lot has to be said about Rick Martel's ability. But what he did last Monday when Saturn threw him right through a plate glass window, and Martel still came out and won the match.
I tell you, Martel, very lucky man. That glass shattered. He came very close to having glass in his eyes, and that was a very, very lucky break for Martel.
He's very lucky.
Yeah, but that, you know, Brain, it shows how determined, how vicious Saturn and Raven's Flock really is.
Oh, they'll do anything. There's no doubt about that. Look at them. They don't care about their bodies. They don't care about their clothes. They don't care about anything.
They just care about winning, and obviously, here's a cover by Booker T. Got a 2 count.
You can't be in the Flock unless you have moss.
One would think that may be correct. Here's
everything they wear's got holes in them.
A vertigo base by Booker T. Booker T has certainly grown as a singles competitor, and you can see the confidence. They're certainly very confident when his brother Stevie Ray is out there with him, but now firmly entrenched in singles competition. The TV champ looking crisp here, and he sends the man down.
Tell you, Booker T, all the training endurance, this man just also blessed genetically. I mean, he is just a natural athlete. Look at right there, could have that right leg up a little more forward, get more pressure over the shoulder, but just takes a few years to polish up those diamonds.
Saturn's at a disadvantage here because, first of all, he's got to beat Booker T. Booker T doesn't have to beat him to win anything. So he's got to reach down extra far to beat this man.
You always have the advantage. A back kick that time. You always have the advantage when you are the champ, but even more so when you're the television champ because of the shorter time limits and the time constrictions within televised matchups. And certainly, that is not stopping Booker T from taking the offense, though, to the challenger here, Brain.
Did you see the way he stumbled backwards, fell through the ropes, fell on the floor, barely got up? That's the way Orkon's going to be leaving Chattanooga.
Could have been the way he got there. Go to the head once again. And Snapmare takeover. And drops the leg down.
And look at the front row. The Flock sit there. Eyes focused in the ring. No expression.
You know, they've been awfully calm, and I wonder if it's because of the fines and suspensions threatened by WCW.
I just think they're in outer space.
Could be right. Standing switch, full Nelson applied. Saturn's going to, well, maybe try the full Nelson slam, but he picked him up. And Saturn showing his balance and power and covers and and almost became the TV champ. Booker T looks determined.
Look, I want to tell you, Saturn got some great mat techniques. I mean, background in judo and some of the things. Saturn, I mean, he knows what he's doing on that mat. Not the athlete that Booker T is, and certainly doesn't have the agility, but if Saturn gets you down on the mat, he knows how to tie you up down there.
Man was an Army Ranger, jumped out of a plane like 115 times.
Let's not forget those hands and wrists are taped, and that makes those forearm blows even harder. And Booker T rolls him up and almost came away with a win out of that offensive flurry. Booker T came up, looked like maybe he was trying to measure him for a Harlem sidekick, but it was Saturn who leveled him with a lariat that time.
He can wrestle.
Can he ever? Cover, no.
I just don't mean he can get in that ring and move around. He can wrestle. He can get you on the mat. He can beat you with submission holds.
And he stomps the man right in the rib cage as well.
Well, rib is a good place to kick somebody because there's no muscle tissue around there. So that's why a lot of guys always aim for the ribs. That gets you right in the bone.
I liked it between the eyes.
You'd like to get hit between the eyes?
No, he liked to kick a guy between the eyes.
I'm sure
you like to get hit between the eyes?
No, thank you.
Why would I like to get hit between the eyes?
Well, you're different than most anyone we've ever been around in our lives.
What are you looking at?
You ever been kicked between the eyes?
Forget it, please.
Wait till we're done.
And Saturn to the attack again, head first to a turnbuckle pad. One more time. Saturn looks like that Booker T's in trouble here, guys. He's very wobbly. Well,
hey, he blocked that one.
Yeah, proving me wrong. He blocked it and maybe playing possum a little bit here.
Sheer power, he took him over.
A lot of endurance here in the corner of Booker T. I mean, it's just a great physical shape. It only takes a few seconds to get that oxygen back. When it's knocked out, roll him up.
Two, no, didn't get it, but came very, very close. And a running lariat once again.
See, now there's an example. Saturn had an opportunity.
Covers him.
Tried to beat Booker T with a wrestling hold on the mat. Small package inside cradle. The guy knows how to wrestle.
But you know, you always think, though, when he is there, just as we saw Raven earlier, that there's a plan. He does not walk alone. He is in here armed with his comrades, members of the flock. Although they've been very mysterious tonight, we've seen him more than once come in to help their men out. But they also realize if they come in here, guys, a disqualification would not give Saturn the TV belt. And he got almost a 3 count that time.
Well, you talk about them walking alone, you know, DDP walks alone, but no one here at WCW should walk alone as long as the NWO's around.
And I think we're seeing more and more of that. Here's the roll-up, 1, 2. You've heard it really from Lex Luger, from Diamond Dallas Page. You've seen it from Luger and Sting at the end of Sold Out. You know the concern among the athletes runs deep about the Giant and his injury. And how severe that is. 1, 2. For many reasons. 1, because we don't know how severe it is. And number 2, because we know how many mega athletes have ended their careers with severe neck injuries, like, you know, Reggie Brown of the Detroit Lions, Darryl Stingley of the Patriots, Dennis Bird of the Jets. And there down goes Saturn once again.
He may have a bad neck. Booker nailed him. No, he moved out of the way. And look at Booker, just defy gravity and a rise.
Connects to the Harlem sidekick.
And takes the head off Saturn.
The fans erupt here in Fort Wayne. And now the scissor kick for the back. Gonna raise the roof.
Boys, he come a long way in singles competition. He looks great.
Picks him up, puts him down. Oh, there goes Hammer. Didn't take him long, did a Hammer up top. Hammer nails him. There's the disqualification. Charles Robinson calling for the bell, and here comes the block. Weren't they banned from ringside because of this?
Yes, but they bought a ticket.
That doesn't mean they can do this.
Of course not. But it's the flock. How do I know what to do with them?
Booker T will retain the television belt thanks to the disqualification. Riggs in there. Kidman, Lodi, Sick Boy. Rick Martel has arrived.
Yeah, but he's only one guy.
I didn't come by myself.
And Martel's gonna take them all on. Out goes Riggs. Kidman gets shoved. Lodi goes down. Sick Boy. Kidman again. He's fighting every one of them off.
And Martel's cleaning house in there.
Rick Martel has come to the aid of Booker T. And now Martel eyeing the man who threw him through the plate glass window 1 week ago.
Saturn's not backing down.
Standoff here.
Yep, there
Smart
you go.
move.
Saturn almost giving him a smile.
There'll be another day. This is a no-win situation.
Booker T retains the WCW television title. And, well, Riggs going to try to sneak in again, but then thought better of it.
I told you, keep that big nose out of my business.
Not only what happened last Monday, or actually last Thursday on Thunder, but what happened at Sold Out as well when Saturn attacked Rick Martel at the end of his TV title bout. Fans, when we come back, the British Bulldog Davey Boy Smith makes his debut on Nitro.
And we are back on Nitro. Here is the new WCW World's Cruiserweight title holder following his win over Rey Mysterio Jr. This is Chris Jericho.
Now, Mike, today, watch your sports coat. If he starts whining and throwing a tantrum for no apparent reason,
hit the door.
He may go at you.
Well, we have to give the devil his due. Now a 3-time WCW World's Cruiserweight Champion. And what's the story behind the Rey Mysterio Jr. shirt?
Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, I am your new Cruiserweight Champion, Lionheart, Chris Jericho. Thank you.
He has been doing a lot of lying lately, hasn't he?
Yes, you scored a victory over Rey Mysterio Jr. at Sold Out, but what about the post-match attack? where you used that utility box at ringside on the knee of Rey Mysterio Jr.
I found that box under the ring, Mike. I'm going to use it to carry my Cruiserweight title belt. And, you know, it's come to my attention that Rey Mysterio Jr., he hurt his leg or something?
A torn ACL, a torn meniscus. He's undergoing full-blown knee surgery this Wednesday.
That hurts. That really hurts. You know, Rey Mysterio Jr., you're one of my favorite competitors. I have a lot of respect for you. I'd like to dedicate this Cruiserweight belt to you. Well, actually, I'd like to dedicate it to myself first, to all my wonderful fans second, and Rey Mysterio to you thirdly. As far as you hurting your leg, I hope that it never, ever happens again. You know, you'd never see me powerbombing someone on their head, Mike, today, and I certainly would never intentionally hurt Rey Mysterio Jr. I hope to wage many successful battles with this belt around my waist. And I'd like to dedicate this, I promised myself I wouldn't do this, Mike, to all the people who stuck with me through thick and thin, through black and through white. If it wasn't for you people, I wouldn't be here with this belt around my waist. I love you people. And Rey Mysterio Jr., please keep us abreast of your progress, because nobody wants to see you in the ring quicker and faster than I do. I'm wearing this shirt as a tribute to you and a tribute to all the Chris Jericho disciples around the world and all around America. I stand before you, your hero, your role model, your champion. Thank you very much.
Sickening. Tony, take it away.
Well said, Mike. Sickening is the word. He's our champion. He's our role model. Oh, well. Sickening has kind of been the theme here tonight on many levels, hasn't it, guys? You think about and saw the footage of the Giant. He dropped on the back of his head.
And it's not over yet.
Well, you're not kidding, it's not over yet. All right, Steve Mongo McMichael comes in and will give me a chance to talk about Thunder. Thunder live on TBS this coming Thursday, 8:05 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll be on the air from Memphis, Tennessee in the Mid-South Coliseum. Tickets to the Coliseum box office and Ticketmaster on February 5th on a Thursday. Thunder comes to the Civic Center in Beaumont, Texas. Tickets at all local Dillards. And be sure to get your tickets also at the Civic Center box office. On Thursday, February 12th, we're going to bring Thunder and TBS to the Myriad in Oklahoma City. I'll be very proud to be part of that broadcast team coming to the great state of Oklahoma in Myriad. Tickets to the Myriad Arena box office and on Metro Sight and Sound stores. Don't forget, Saturday, January 31st, we're going to be in Boston this coming Saturday at the Fleet Center. Limited number of tickets are available at the box office. Ticketmaster, they're going fast. Get them while you can. And on Friday, February 20th at the MGM Grand. WCW tickets available at the MGM Grand Garden Arena, box office in Las Vegas, and Ticketmaster. It's great to see the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith, one of the great power men in our sport, come in to WCW and challenge. He's got quite a task ahead of him. And Steve Mongo McMichael, you know, I've said it many times, Larry. Look at Mongo go at it. How in 1998 we're going to see more great athletes from around the world come here, and here's the evidence right here in the British Bulldog.
Yeah, Davey Boy Smith trying to make a successful debut on Nitro. Ran right into Mongo. Mongo not cutting him any slack whatsoever. Good idea, too. Davey Boy is much more experienced inside that ring. This isn't the gridiron. This is wrestling.
And everybody knows the Bulldog, how strong this man is, the power he possesses. That was a good move by Mongo. Wait till he gets in the ring, steps through those ropes, nail him.
Mongo is one determined individual and one intense man. And you're right about the difference in experience in the ring. But Mongo, what he lacks in experience makes up for just determination and athletic ability.
That's like some guys can play the human game of chess. Mongo just hits you over the head with the board.
That's what he does. It's a good analogy there as he drops Davey Boy Smith and showing an abundance of confidence. One thing you don't want to do is do a lot of talking and allow the British Bulldog back to his feet.
Because he's a veteran. He knows what to do in that ring.
Sending the Bulldog in, picks him up. Oh, drives him down, and Mongo once again with a great move. Steve McMichael hooks a near leg and gets a 2 count.
Yeah, hooks the leg, doesn't lock his hands, doesn't cradle him up, and That's giving Davey Boy a break here. Again, Davey Boy is seasoned. He'll try to wait for a mistake on the part of Mongo. He makes one, but he got him right in the knee.
There has been no offense out of the Bulldog.
He's going to try to spike him right here.
What a debut.
Oh, but the Bulldog rebounds.
He's up.
He is. Look at that massive chest and arms on Davey Boy Smith, sending Steve McMichael into the back elbow.
Hey, the more you get to know Mongo, the more you realize what an animal he is, and hopefully the more Mongo wrestles, the more he'll realize you have to be more of a thinker than just an animal.
Couldn't get him up the first time, gonna try it again. Oh, look at this. That's raw power. Covers 1, 2, McMichael got the left shoulder up in the nick of time. Well, the insurgence of great athletes, Jim the Anvil Neidhart regionally, the British Bulldog Davey Boy Smith. This is where the big boys play, and it's getting even bigger each and every week.
And some of the purses, I mean, you're talking about, just as any sport went up, professional wrestlers 30, 40 years ago, if you'd made a couple $100,000 a year, it was a big year. Now you're making millions, and they're coming here from all over the globe.
Because this is where the big boys play.
Yes, sir.
And the big boys get paid.
We're going to see a real big boy, Kevin Nash, in a few moments. And, of course, the biggest one right now, thoughts and prayers are with the Giant. Hopefully we can have an update and exactly what his injury is all about in the weeks to come. Davey Boy, look at how he picks up Mongo with these and power slams him down. 1, 2, and 3. And he got him. Davey Boy Smith with that running power slam of his gets a big win here on WCW Monday Nitro. Determination, perseverance, and power.
Experience along with it all, Tony. Hard to beat a veteran who knows what he's doing.
Well, fans, as we said before, January 31st, Boston, Massachusetts has a big night coming to the Fleet Center. It's WCW action, and you can be a part of this. This mega card will not be televised anywhere. But fans, there is a way for you to follow all the action of January 31st in the Fleet Center by hooking into WCWWrestling.com and being part of the big event. It's Pro Wrestling's first ever internet exclusive pay-per-listen. It's Boston Brawl coming up on the 31st. Earlier in this program, we talked to Ray Traylor. And Traylor is up to the task to face Kevin Nash of the NWO, one half of the World Tag Team Champs, one of the outsiders, one of the charter members of this group, and he's got his beverage with him again.
Hey, also one of the big egos of the New World Order right here.
Got his hot coffee with him.
of professional wrestling.
It's bad enough that he would attempt to injure the Giant and succeed. But to laugh in the face of the Giant's plight, of the Giant's injury, to make a mockery out of this man's career is beyond belief. What is that, David?
I hope Penzer isn't stupid enough to give it back to him.
Well,
you know the damage this man here, Kevin Nash, did to the Giant. Ray Traylor better be ready. He can get powerbombed. This guy can powerbomb a triple-wide trailer.
That is outlawed.
I know, but you think that means anything to him or the NWO? But we're going to see, aren't we?
Ray Traylor, formerly of the New World Order, now part of WCW. This is WCW Country. This is WCW's #1 wrestling program. Worldwide, it's Nitro. And we're heading towards the confrontation with Hogan and Sting and the return bout, the rematch for the world title at Super Brawl 8 on February 22nd.
Oh, come on!
Why don't... Throwing hot coffee, then a low blow.
Ooh. Uh-oh. Well, let's see what's going to happen here.
Oh, it's like he's daring the fight. That's it. Referee's disqualified him. Ray Traylor will win it. But do you think he cares?
Just laughing in the face of authority. That's going
the fine's going to be big, real big. Let's see what this is all about now.
I tell you what it's all about. We got referees coming out, and what they're doing here, we got our trainer coming out, and they are just checking over Trailer here. That's the best thing to do, just leave the man alone and check on Ray Traylor. This is oh yeah, look at this, if you will.
Nash is on his way to the sneezer.
Kevin Nash is being cuffed.
Hey, get this on tape. I got a case.
It's like James J.
Get
Dillon
this on
said.
tape. And it go. And it go. And it go.
Listen, let's make a mockery of Alka.
Well, I'll tell you what, the way the court systems are, he'll be out on bail before the police finish the paperwork.
Yeah, but that's not the point here. The point here is that James J. Dillon is showing the world that he means business. Keep on going. We hope never to see you again, fella. Good for WCW, but in the ring, it looks like we may have, well, Ted DiBiase's arrived as well. We may have our second straight injury at the hands of Kevin Nash.
Because about a year ago, didn't Traylor have a back injury or a back operation? He's been hurt before.
And the jackknife power bomb takes down another one. Fans, back with our main event on Nitro.
He's hurt.
Yes, he is.
This portion of WCW Monday Nitro is brought to you by Twix Cookie Bars. Twix, 2 for me, none for you.
We welcome you back, fans, to WCW Monday Nitro. It's time for our feature bout. And before this match gets run away, 2 more arena events I want to talk about. Friday, February 27th, we're going to be at the Pershing Auditorium in Lincoln, Nebraska. Tickets will go on sale this Friday at the box office and Ticketmaster. And then on Saturday, February 28th, we're going to be at the Municipal Auditorium in Sioux City, Iowa. Tickets go on sale this coming Saturday, January 31st at the Auditorium box office and Ticketmaster for Sioux City, Iowa on WCW. Well, Larry Zbyszko, Scott Hall makes his way out. Certainly, if you talk about a man who you have gone round and around with, and a man that you dislike.
I tell you, I hate his guts, and believe me, it was a thrill of a lifetime when I outsmarted him and stuck his neck in my arms and stretched him. Of course, we'll talk about the sad news of Sold Out later, but Scott Hall is beatable.
That is sad news, and you know what? It amazes me that when you see what happened to the Giant, when you see what they are literally trying to do to people, and then you still see these meatheads in the audience holding up NWO signs. What's the world coming to?
Hey, yo. I know you people can't get enough of me talking, so I came out here to give you a little more. Now, we already established that Fort Wayne is NWO country.
We have.
And for everybody who saw Sold Out Saturday, you saw me expose Larry Zbyszko.
Oh, my.
Larry, you must have felt like a pervert in a raincoat at a peep show because you were exposed, Larry. You got 0 wrestling talent.
Now we're not gonna
why
victory
don't
over you,
you
Hall.
wander off to the tar pit with the rest of the dinosaurs, okay?
How about if I wander over to you?
Oh, Larry, where are you going? Fans, we got to take a commercial break. The living legend being stopped by security. We'll be back, and Luger will come out here, and Nitro continues after this. We are back. We need to report to you that the living legend Larry Zbyszko has been escorted out of the Coliseum here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Hey, that's a travesty of justice, what that is. Nevertheless, Lex Luger's going to come to the ring.
He's here.
You're not kidding, he's here, and he will collide with Scott Hall. I mean, can you blame Zbyszko for what he did?
A man can only take so much.
You're exactly right, Brain.
You know, I've always said that.
And I understand where WCW is coming from and the authority of J.J. Dillon and trying to curtail what's been going on, but there's a time.
Well, if you don't stop it now, you're not going to stop it.
Well, you're right. But there's time to get even, and that time is in the persona of Lex Luger right now in this matchup. Luger and Scott Hall to go one-on-one in our feature bout. What is going to happen here?
I hope to see Mr. Hall across the shoulders of Lex Luger.
The torture rack, that's one they don't escape from. Luger taking his time now, going around the ring. He's being very cautious, very deliberate as he gets in the ring. I don't know. Luger certainly took his time getting in the ring, and now he gets in the ring and he pays for it.
If I was Luger, I'd have gone up the steps and taken my time getting in. He went through and tucked his head, gave Scott Hall a big opening.
I tell you, Luger, though, fighting on adrenaline right now, and I mean, he's rocking the head of Scott Hall here. Lex Luger pounding the abdomen, stomping away. And Luger, who has been leading the fight for WCW, trying to lead it here in this feature bout. Scott Hall. Oh! Almost punched Luger right over the top rope. And another kick going for the ribs. Remember now, pretty good strategy here. If you think about it, weaken the ribs. He can't pick you up.
That's right. No ribs. Very hard to get you up in that torture rack.
That's right. Chest muscles, ribs.
And Scott Hall's what, 280? He's a big guy.
Big, powerful.
But don't forget, look how tall he is. Luger can get up under him easy from the back.
Fans, if you joined us for Sold Out, you know that Scott Hall not only had that match against Larry Zbyszko, but did not take too kindly to the fact that even though he won World War III, will not get a title shot because, as Rowdy Piper said, hey, you won it, you deserved it, but there's no world champion for you to get your title shot. And thus, as decreed by Piper along with the executive committee and James J. Dillon, it will be Hogan and Sting. Hollywood Hogan and Sting for the world title on February 22nd. Scott Hall was very angry about that. He walked away from Hollywood Hogan.
Well, don't forget, Hall won World War III, and he thinks he should have that title shot. And he does deserve it, like him or not. He feels like he was scammed.
Yeah, listen, a member of the NWO deserves nothing. Zero.
I've always felt that way.
Thank you very much. And Lex Luger has Scott Hall in trouble here. Scott Hall goes right down to a cutter. Randy Anderson checking in. He may.
It's like Raven.
He sure does. He may be on the edge of being out to the eyes. Scott Hall, Luger rebounds. Hall in. He slams him down. It's
you know what that means?
time.
You know what that means?
Yes, and the fans do also.
Torture City. He's signaling for the rack, Tony. Oh,
Here comes.
He's got him racked. He's got him racked. Good.
Randy Savage has come in, and Randy Savage is going after Luger.
Who does he want?
That's who he wants. He wants Luger. He said he can take care of Luger. He wants him again and do it by himself. Randy Anderson, referee, throws the chair away and almost gets stomped. And Savage is going to grab Scott Hall, and Scott Hall can barely get up and shovel him on the outside. Here's the nut.
Well, he's not going to forget what happened at Sold Out.
A man possessed. He was in the clutches of the torture rack, and he blames the entire New World Order for not backing him up. He's going to go up top and try to end it right now. He's going to do it again. Who can stop?
The second time he's gone up.
This crazy man.
The world's most dangerous wrestler right there.
I tell you who can stop him.
Sting!
From the ceiling. How about that?
I've never
seen anything like this in my life. Only here at WCW and Nitro.
Sting with a stinger splash in the corner. Look at the intensity of Sting.
A drop kick from the ceiling. Think of that.
Sting means business. He's going to put him in. The Scorpion Deadlock. Oh, yeah. And look at this. Hogan and Scott Hall.
Not helping Savage one bit.
They're not making a move. They're taunting Randy Savage. They're pointing at Randy Savage. I never thought I would ever see this amongst members of the NWO. Sting drops the Scorpion Deathlock.
But you know, Sting wants Hogan.
Of course he does.
Sting wants Hogan.
And he's going to get him on February 22nd when we will finally decide the World Championship.
Yeah, you got a belt, Hogan, but there's no gold on it. Just your name.
He wants him now. Savage cannot move. And there was no effort. Hogan and Hall came out to taunt him, and no one else from the NWO bothered to come to ringside. What a wild night it's been. Fans will see on TBS Thursday on Thunder, and next week live on Nitro.